us to manage them at all. And you'd be surprised that some of them do not like the halter to go over their ears. They become frightened because it's something that everybody has to do every day. So she's going to take, and my groom is Kristy. So this is her without the halter on, and then they're going to put the halter over her nose and then up and over her ears. There's two ways to put the halters on. One is over the ears and one is behind the ears. Over the ears kind of pulls down on their ears and then can make them kind of unhappy after a while. So this is the safer, nicer way for the horse. Okay, the other thing is that they have to stand quietly to put their blanket on and take it off. In Michigan, the winters are so harsh, especially for horses that have to live outside. So the ability to put their blankets on and off is really crucial. So you can see how this blanket is folded. And so all the blankets are put in this position. Oopsie, bye-bye, queen, she's the queen. She's leaving. Okay, so she'll just hold on to her. Normally the horse would be held in the cross ties or attached to the wall. So we put it on, and it's folded in threes so that the front, so that you know how it is going to open up on the horse. So we pull it up forward to the withers so that it doesn't pull the hair back when you don't put it on from back to front, which would pull up the hair and make them uncomfortable. So we put this on, and then it has to buckle in the front. So this is a pretend blanket, okay? If she accepts this, it would be the same as a blanket. So then we'll go ahead and just straighten it out on her so that you know she will accept it in her hindquarters without being fussy or kicking or so. Okay, so that's what they have to do, and because their blankets oftentimes have to be taken on and off once or twice a day. Okay, so now she's going to fold it up, because if you fold it up like this, then it's all ready for you for the next one. Next time you need it. So we're going to now walk quietly in and out of the paddock. So we take our lead, and she's just going to show us how she gets out and in. They can't run through the gates, and they can't run over the handler. If the horse is too fast to get through the gate, it should always be that the handler goes first and waits to be asked to go through. Good. So she went out, and then she's going to come back in. So the gate, you always have to make sure you get that gate open far enough that it doesn't swing onto the haunches, which is what makes them run in and out. Okay, so the next thing is that they will single tie. So this would be that they would tie to the fence and stand quietly. A lot of times we have to do this for grooming, for shoeing, for all kinds of times when we have to manage the horse. So she's perfectly happy standing there. The next thing is she has to stand, walk and halt in hand on the near side of the wall or fence. So the near side is where the handler is, and that's on the left side of the horse. We call it near because that's the side we lead them, we mount them from their left side. So they have to, again, this is a requirement that they can come up and be between the handler and the fence and stand quietly, especially while another horse, pony in a jester hat, can walk through the arena, and Razzy doesn't really get upset or move around. Okay, then that she would stand still to be groomed and touched everywhere, including her head and legs. Now, do you need a holder? Okay. Okay, so she's going to show you how she can touch her everywhere. And you'd be amazed, this is not that easy for rescue horses. Some of them haven't been handled in years. Some of them have been roughly handled. So this is a big step. That's why we make it the Bronze Star. So we're going to let Leah hold the horse. It's hard to get behind the horse while the horse and hold the horse at the same time. So she will let us touch her everywhere, not kick, not snarl, not move her legs, not stomp. Good. So she goes over all the legs and now a little bit on the face. And sometimes it's very tricky on the ears. So if they're really sensitive about the ears, we allow them to let us just get close to the ears. We don't make a big fuss. Good. So now we're going to do, she has to do an introductory obstacle course in a figure 8 around 2 cones. Again, this is for the handleability of the horse. So she's going to go around 2 cones. And you can kind of see the fact in her whole countenance, how she looks, that she spent time in the show ring. Okay, so this is around the figure 8, which makes her, it makes her be able to have the handler turn her right and left.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're fine. I'll work around you.
It allows her to become a little bit more supple in her body, even from just the ground. There's a lot that you can do in hand, and many of the horses that come cannot be ridden. So we can exercise them and develop them, their balance, their body awareness, their suppleness in hand. Okay. Thank you. Yes, let's see. Okay, so about clapping.